a kid, you think the universe revolves around you. You think that you'll always be protected and cared for. Then, one day, you realize that's not true. Because when you're alone as a kid, the monsters see you as weaker. You don't even know they're getting closer. Till it's too late.
My grandfather thinks this town is cursed. That all the bad things that happen in this town are because of one thing. An evil thing.
Bill, if you'll come with me, we'll float too.
I saw something.
A clown. Yeah, I saw him too. We'll float too.
What happens when another Georgie goes missing? Or one of us?
Float too.
Are you just gonna pretend it isn't happening like everyone else in this town? If we stick together, we'll win.
Congratulations on being a part of one of the movie events of the season. Highly anticipated film. I saw it last week. You guys do an incredible job. It's terrifying, and it's also really beautiful. The design of it is incredible looking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was it like being on the set of this? Did you guys feel a responsibility to the material, or were you excited, nervous?
I guess when we first started, we were a little anxious just because this is, you know, most people are like, oh, the miniseries, and so all of us were kind of scared to live up to it.
Did you guys go back and watch the miniseries?
Yeah, we all watched it.
I didn't.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. I'm the scaredy cat of the group, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Were you scared on set?
Well, let's put it this way.
Totally.
Pennywise is freaking terrifying. So, yeah, it was all a really raw reaction. There was like no acting involved in this movie.
It's kind of true.
It was crazy because the first week we started shooting, he came and he said, you know I'm not going to the premiere, right? And we're like, you have to go.
You have to. It's
You're
your
in
job.
the film.
Why did he say that? Why is he not going to the premiere?
The movie's
It's too scary, man.
Script was
Oh, you're not
scary.
going to the premiere. I
Yeah,
thought you
you're
were
not
talking
going to
about
premiere.
Pennywise.
No.
Like,
Yeah, so
the
you're
guy who
not gonna
played
watch
Pennywise
the
is
film?
too scared.
Oh, I am now. I am now. But
You got to watch it. You're very good in it.
yeah, I was having second thoughts at first.
We saw a rough cut of it, but we haven't seen like the last draft,
No, yeah.
the one that we're seeing next week.
It looks incredible. You guys should be really, really proud. Like, rarely
Thank
does
you.
a studio or anybody make a horror movie that looks this beautiful. It's a
Thank
great
you.
film.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I will say Pennywise is scary, but I will also say Henry the bully is
Yeah.
incredibly
Henry.
scary.
He's so underrated.
Uh,
No one's been talking like
to-
so underrated.
To Nicholas, if
Oh,
he's
okay.
watching, he's
will
at
be.
my house.
Dead in the camera.
He's staying at Wyatt's house. Look him dead in the eye and tell him not to steal your stuff again.
Get out of my house.
Why is Nicholas, the actor who played Henry the bully in this, he's legitimately terrifying, possibly gives Pennywise a run for his money? Why is he staying at your house right now?
Well, if I could tell you a reason, I would. But one morning, I woke up and then he was just in my room and I was like, ugh, because I didn't want to have
guy.
any guests, and then having Nick there was just like. But no, I mean Nick is like such a great person in reality. He's kind of like Bill, who plays Pennywise. He really gets into character, but when he's not filming, they're just both wonderful people. And Nick is just kind of scary on his own, so I think he fits into Henry really well.
Did either of them try to stay in character on set and keep you guys on your toes and scared, or was everybody pretty relaxed off camera?
I don't think Nick ever did, but I think Bill did it once or twice. He was like we have this battle scene at the end, and he was like trying to psych us up before a scene, so he was like scream, everyone scream.
Scary.
And I was like,
really
no.
scary.
It was a really awkward situation. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think like that was really the only time that they stayed in character. But Nick, who played Bowers, was really cool. When we cut, like if he had to do something that was hurtful in the movie, he'll be like, "Oh my God, that's just his nature, I guess."
Yeah, Jeremy, he did some pretty nasty things to you in the movie.
Yeah. He kind of cut an age in my stomach, but you know, it's
And you
friendship.
as well. He terrorizes. I think he terrorizes the two of you most.
Yeah. You know, haters gonna hate, man. In the words of DJ Khaled, they don't want to see us win. So, you know.
But not just the bullies. I think you guys have to do some pretty serious scenes. I mean, you with your father in the film, he's also one of the big villains or extremely scary person in the movie. Can you talk about doing those scenes?
Again, with Nicholas, whatever his name is, and
Yeah.
sorry,
Screw him.
and
Couch
Bill.
Crasher, Nicholas.
I'm sorry. He's a very nice person. And then when the cameras turn on, he immediately tries to, woo. And he's so it is kind of a scene that it would be a little bit, terrifying to do. But to be honest, a lot of roles that I play all have like really depressing childhoods. Like either my mom is dead or leaves me, or my father is abusive or dead, and I don't know. I have a very happy childhood. I mean, my dad's here. I don't know where he is right now, but I like my parents. So yeah, I was kind of used to having roles like that. So
And when you finish a scene like this, do you like go home that day and say, "I love you, Mom and Dad. You're actually the best."
well, I hope they know that I hope they
Well, if he
say that
said it.
every day.
Meant it.
Yeah, what he said. So yes.
Finn, you're to a degree an old hand at this. I mean, Stranger Things is incredibly influenced by it and Stephen King, but I would say mostly by it. Did it feel like you were sort of already working within this world?
I mean, a little, yeah. I think it's kind of weird because Stranger Things, yeah, it was a lot based off of it, and it just kind of came full circle, which is really, really weird that it all came together like that.
Did any of you guys read the book beforehand?
No.
We all tried.
Big.
Yeah, we
it's
all
big.
tried.
Yeah, we attempted. Keyword attempted. We opened.
Someone came by and was like, "Don't worry about it." Like we have a
We
script.
opened it, and it's fantastic. Shout out to Stephen King for giving us these
Great
awesome
guy.
roles.
Who's that?
But I think we just kind of read pieces about our characters, so we knew a little bit about who we're playing. Yeah. But
We didn't read the whole thing.
We attempted.
He said that he loves the film, by the way, which is an incredible
Crazy.
seal of approval. He
I
really does
mean,
that.
I think we've already succeeded in that. So,
The
Yes.
kid's
Yeah.
happy, we're happy.
Yeah, we're happy if he likes it.
and that's all thanks.
It was really cool. It was really cool because he sent an email to our director, Andy, and like a really long and like really sweet email about how much he loved it. And then when we were showing our footage off at Comic-Con, he made that like video saying like how everyone should go see it and like how good it is. Which is really cool. He didn't have to do that, but he did it. So
What was it like the first day on set with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise? The first time you guys met him as Pennywise?
Sorry.
It was really exciting because whenever I first saw him, I was like, this guy is going to scare a lot of people, which gave us a lot of relief because we didn't know if it was going to be good or not. And the first picture that was released, everybody really didn't like. They were like, "Oh no, this is going to suck," and that kind of bummed us out. But we were like, we just kind of forgot it because it was the best summer of our lives, so it was fun. And I don't think anybody could have ruined that summer for us.
Could have ruined that summer for you?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no one could have.
No one could
No
have.
one could.
Don't try.
Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, I'm
Please,
not gonna
I'm really
try. I'm just not here to help sell the movie.
Brings out like pictures and like recordings of us making fun of each other. Like,
Actually, I have evidence to prove the contrary here.
Zoom in on our faces like a soap opera.
And you got some scenes with Danny Glover, which is pretty awesome, right? What was it like working with that guy?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he's so talented. Like, it's just work with such talented people, because I'm so new to this, you know, I was just a regular kid. And to be able to work with a fantastic cast and just awesome people, it's pretty cool. I'm like living my dreams. So all kids out there, try to live your dream. Yeah. PSA.
aww.
Nice, nailed it. You got an awe. So you guys are shooting the whole summer together in Toronto. You're riding around on bikes. Did you guys become fast friends? Did it feel like family?
Well,
Hopefully.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we had the first 2 weeks of that summer to really bond with each other, and it's all thanks to our acting coach, Ben Perkins. Jeremy, you want to give a shout out?
Shout out to him.
And he's the one who really let us trust each other, and he had us do all these different acting exercises. That sounds really like prestigious and like, oh, acting exercises. But no,
Yeah, when you say
like,
acting exercises, people are like, oh, mirror game, like super like arrogant, but it worked. So
it was, I mean, we did a couple different scenes where some of us had to pretend to be dead.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mhm.
A lot of
I mean,
staring into each other's eyes. You know, we stare into each other's eyes because that's how you get to know people.
Obviously.
yeah, that's how you make friends. Everybody just staring at each other's eyes.
That's how you read their thoughts.
That's how you trust each other a little bit, by
Yeah.
doing something uncomfortable for a little while.
I think so. Yeah, I think.
I
At
think it
first we were
worked.
doing, yeah, well, at first we were just doing like, oh, like trust falls, and like, oh, this is cool, and like trust falls do work, and then it just kind of it went down from there.
Back it up. Did you say some people fell?
Yeah, like we had like an 80-20 percentage, which is great.
Jack
Joe, who's
Jack,
Jack,
was Eddie.
Jack was like outside of the
Yes,
circle.
he
He had to fall.
I think he wanted to fall because, you know, we were walking in a circle and he'll say, somebody fall, and then someone will fall, you know? But Jack chooses being like all the way over
gonna
there
walk
just
out.
to fall. And
He,
it's,
like,
you
fell
know,
on the
But we
other
did,
side of
I
the
think we
room.
had a pretty good percentage of, you know, fall to
Yeah,
catch
well,
ratio.
Jaden was his partner, and we had to do this thing where we were in a circle and we had to make eye contact with each other and talk about like just random stuff. And then our Ben would say like drop, and then you know one of us would drop into each other's arms or whatever. And but Jack was like nope, and like he's like I'm gonna walk out, and so he like walks out of the thing. He's like I'm gonna make sure that Chosen, or was it Jaden or something? He's like I'm gonna make sure that Jaden picks me up. I know that he will, and no one picked him up. He just fell.
Didn't he like fall forward instead of backwards?
Yeah, he fell forward.
So talk about your audition and getting the role. When did you audition for it, and what was the audition like?
You can go down the line.
Yeah,
Sure.
Oh, well, you should start. Mine's kind of long.
Well, then we can get yours over with.
Oh, right.
That is
I
Wow,
didn't mean that
thanks.
in a mean way.
Actually, it isn't really that long. It was kind of the same. Like all of those people, I auditioned a year ago because it had a different director. Somehow it didn't work out. So I auditioned again because a year later, because Andy saw my tape and thought, oh, yeah, she'll audition again. And I did, and I got a call back, met these guys, and there was some controversy on my look. I kind of looked tomboyish, which is what he wanted, Andy. And that was the description that I read in the script. So like, oh, okay, boyish. But some people in Warner Brothers thought I should be more girly, have long hair and a dress, because that's what they thought Beverly would look like, and that's kind of what it looked like in the short miniseries. There we go. That's the word. So
You're somewhere in between now, I would say.
I hope. But Andy really wanted this look, so he said, "Fine, I'll pay for her to go back to Toronto, which is where we shot, and put her in extensions and a dress, and she'll just do it all over again." And it worked. I got in, and they said as long as she looks like she has long hair throughout the whole thing, then it's good. And he said, "Okay, fine," but then on the second scene, I cut it all off. So it's kind of. Yeah.
Kind of ironic.
That's what happened.
Was that his way of being like, no, we're going to cut it all off?
Yeah, he's kind of like that, which is, I think, actually is a really good quality about him. He did what he wanted. He wanted is freedom, and
Well, it's a great scene, and it adds a lot to your character as well. You don't just have short hair to have short hair. There's suddenly like a reason of substance.
Yeah, it actually worked really well in the movie, which I'm really glad he made that decision.
You have a wonderful scene in the film. I haven't personally read the book. It reminded me a lot of Johnny Depp's death scene in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe way before your guys' time.
No.
I'm like double your age. Damn it.
My day.
Where you're in the sink and the blood is coming up and there's blood everywhere, and I don't want to give anything away, but what was it like shooting that scene? It's such a cool scene.
That was actually a stunt double just for the part of the. That's because it was really the impact was like
High pressure.
Yeah, it was like a baseball bat to the face. Wow. So I was like, no, let's not do that to her. I was totally fine with it, but they really didn't want it, so they had a stunt double do it. But the rest is all me, covered in blood.
How many days were you covered in blood, or was that just like?
Oh, it was a while because it was kind of like a big scene. There's different chunks. There we go. So it was like 2-3 days, and they like, made it up in a studio, which was really cool. But yeah, it was kind of hurt when it got into my eyes. But I actually was one of my favorite scenes to do.
It's a really cool scene. It looks great in the film.
Yeah, I mean, like no one else can experience what I experienced.
And what about you? Your audition?
Oh, right. I forgot what we were.
Bring it all the way back.
Sorry.
I had the same situation. I think it was about 2 years ago. They had the original casting of the first draft or the first director's movie, and my mom and I decided that we didn't want to do it because I'm actually a year younger than these two. And we were like, maybe not. So then it rolled around again, and we decided that this time we should go. And I originally went for Jaden's role, Bill, and I guess Andy just saw me as Stanley. So I went back in as Stanley, and then I met with him, and rest is history.
You have the best costumes in the movie.
Do I?
Yeah, you look like an indie rocker from like 1989. It's my favorite.
That's very true.
The short shorts.
Yeah.
not those
Exactly.
knees.
Well, Jack had
Polo.
the short shorts.
Yeah, Jack had very short shorts.
Well, mine were
He
just
had booty shorts, practically.
Mine were just short because I was getting too big for them because we had scenes from the beginning of the summer, and then I put the pants back on. They're like wrapping around my leg, and I'm losing circulation. I'm like, whoa.
My audition process was similar to these guys. I auditioned for the other project, which had a different director.
Had you already done Stranger Things when you?
No, this is before Stranger Things. And I auditioned for Richie, and I got it. And it was the first movie, and it was like a week to shooting. I was like, yes, it's my first movie. And then the director dropped out because there was a lot of controversy with that. And then that allowed me to do Stranger Things. And then after I wrapped Stranger Things, they were like, hey, it's coming back. It's coming back with a new director. Do you want to audition again? And they didn't know who I was or anything again. They didn't really ask me to. It was just like a coincidence. And then I got it again. And I met these guys, and
You're the foul-mouthed kid of the group.
yeah,
What was it like getting a curse like that?
it was awesome. Yeah, I mean, just like it was cool having the freedom to do whatever you wanted with your character, because that's what I think Andy does. Is he gives you full control over your own character because he believes that that the person that's playing the character has the most control because you're most like it. Yeah, there's all like most of my lines, like all the swearing and stuff. Most of that's improv. Whenever you see me swearing,
Obviously.
Whenever you see me swearing, those aren't scripted. Like those are
From your
real.
own filthy mind.
Yeah, that's my mind. So one day you're gonna see it, and it's gonna slip on live television, and it's gonna be bad.
Jeremy, what about you?
Oh, you guys have interesting stories, and mine's really simple. I did a tape audition and got the role. That's all I did.
Very deep.
But I did go to the
amazing, by the way.
chemistry
job.
read, and I met Finn there, met Jaden there.
And Jack.
No, I didn't meet Jack there because we didn't do a scene with him.
Right,
at the
right.
chemistry read.
And me.
Um,
You were the first one. You were the first one I talked to.
And I met Sophia, and I actually already knew Wyatt from a past project.
Yeah, Jeremy and I worked on a pilot together like
Yeah.
2 years ago now.
Yeah. So that was crazy awesome.
They're already buds.
Yeah, our good old pals.
Yeah.
So yeah, mine.
Almost left you hanging. There.
Yeah,
Almost.
I was
So close.
about to keep that up for the rest of our time here.
Mine's very simple.
Jason, what about you?
Oh, well, first I went for Beverly, but they said I didn't fit the description. I don't know. So I went in back
God,
for
Hollywood.
You would have been
I'm
perfect.
still
for me.
jealous. I went back for Mike, and I guess they like what I did. I had an awesome. The lady who read with me, you were awesome. That's why I booked it, because she was so good. I did it, and now I'm here with y'all. So very simple.
What was the scariest part for you guys to film? Do you remember? Is there ever a moment where you're actually scared while filming?
There's always the scenes where we're alone and we don't have each other to comfort each other, and we didn't get to kind of
true.
laugh with each other. So being alone is a lot scarier, and we all had scenes alone, right? Right, Sophia?
Yeah, I was just gonna say though, actually for me it's the opposite. The hardest part was actually with you guys.
No, it's like the scariest part.
Oh, the scariest part. Yeah. Oh, sure.
Hardest.
To you.
Hardest to get along with.
Yeah, these guys suck.
Yeah, I think the hardest.
Really? Is there anything in there? Oh shoot, there is. I thought they were just props
For
to make us
comedic
look like
effect.
sophisticated.
Do you think we were just drinking them for comedic effect?
Right, just like to sip. Start crossing our legs.
I think I think the scenes where you're alone are the most. Yeah, I mean I agree with Wyatt. They're the most scary just because you have no one to fall back on, and we all.
Scary because they're nerve-wracking, or scary because you're actually...
more just because you don't have anyone to
lean on.
To comfort, not to comfort, but more to fall back on. If you mess up, then that's your own fault.
Well,
someone can pick you, because someone can pick you up. If I mess up a line or something with these guys, someone will just be like, okay, go again, and they'll just do it again. But if I'm by myself, that's it's all on you. And I only have one scene by myself in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah. Great scene.
Yeah, which was that was definitely the scariest scene.
They're also
for me.
scary, so that's why it's harder to do them alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine was actually probably with the bullies.
Yeah.
Because it's a roller coaster of emotions with them. Because 5 seconds before their take, they're asking you how your day was and how your school's going, and then 5 seconds later, they're killing you. So it's a roller coaster of emotions. But all the bullies are just so nice. Shout out to them too. Awesome.
Shout out to bullies. You guys are cool.
Except for Nick.
Yeah, Nick, Owen, coming for you.
What about Jake and Logan?
Yeah, they're fine.
So yeah, I wanted to go back to what you said. Why were the scenes with the group the hardest for you?
Because again, all the roles that I've ever played, I never really had a group to work with. So I've always worked alone, which was kind of sad. But and I worked with one other person, but never with a group of kids. It was never really, and I'm not really a social person. I don't talk to people. So being with them was a little bit new to me, because then I had to be with them for 3 months, and that was
Did you
Change
learn
for the better.
Did you learn to become a social
For the
person?
worst.
no.
No. You stayed alienated and antisocial for the duration.
I just learned how to deal. With
Yeah. No, she.
We're just so unbearable. We're so sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the compliment. I'm not gonna fight it, but she was really good. I mean, she put up with us for.
Yeah. She
For a
loves
long
us in her
time.
own special way, Some people hug, other people other ways.
Sophia does.
But we still love her. She loves us.
She's like, no.
She really opened up to us
I've had
in the
people. I
last
just
week though.
do that.
Yeah, she really we didn't know, because we sort of knew that Sophia had already done stuff, alone. We already sort of knew that, so we didn't really know if she would have opened up to us. We're like, well, she's the only girl, so we get it if she won't. What she did, which is really cool. So.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Before we turn it over to audience questions, Finn, I have, Stranger Things season 2 is coming
Sure.
out. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really
You guys
excited.
done shooting it?
Yeah.
Have you
done.
seen any of it yet?
I'm supposed to watch some stuff soon, but yeah, I've seen some clips. Yeah.
What was shooting the second season like after the first season became such a phenomenon?
It was just coming back to school, the next term. There wasn't really anything different, but that was kind of weird coming from this on a Stranger Things season 2, because you just jump from cast to cast and you see, and then the casts collide because you go to the same award show things, and so it all kind of mixes together, I guess. But yeah, it was good.
Speaking of award show, a pretty incredible speech that was given when you guys.
Yeah,
that was amazing. What was it like being on stage for that speech?
I was kind of just dazed. I wasn't. If you go back to that YouTube video, I'm not focused. I'm just looking into the crowd. I'm just like this, scanning, because I see Ryan Gosling and like everyone just clapping, like all my heroes in one room, just like clapping like for me, which is really cool. Not for me specifically. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna give this one the fin, and so everyone stands up. But yeah, no, it was really cool.
Cool. Let's get some questions from the audience. Who has got a question with them right there?
Who's got one? Who's got it?
Where's
What
the beef?
character in it do you relate most to?
I relate most to Bill, I think. Because
Yeah.
I can get serious when we need to be serious, and I can lighten up around people when I need to.
But I mean, yeah, never mind. Sophia, who do you relate to?
Oof, I don't. I don't. I'm
I
sorry.
relate-
Wait. Jeremy's character, because he's like he's by himself the whole time, but he like enjoys it. He and I kind of relate.
You want to finish that or no?
That's the end.
That's it.
Okay, cool. I think I relate to mostly like Richie and a mix of Richie and Eddie, just because I like to be not serious, and also at the same time I'm kind of a nervous person. So yeah, I'm kind of in that realm.
What about you, Wyatt?
I kind of relate to my character the most, actually. And
Yeah, he's
I
a
mean,
very big Stanley.
Respect the materials.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I also kind of relate to Mike. No, I don't. Never mind. I'm not that nice of a guy. Not like Mike is, but I do relate to Stanley in the way that I'm the voice of reason that no one listens to. When we have sleepovers, no one listens to me, and they're always at my
True.
house. So they always trash my place, and they don't clean it up. And then the next morning, I have to clean it up because no one listened to me.
Deal
Isn't
with
that
it,
right?
Stanley.
I disagree with this.
Yeah, sure.
Harboring some resentment there, or what?
He's like
It's
a
a
more
long story.
playful Stanley in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was this sleepover that they didn't clean up?
Every
Clearly-
day.
Every
All
time
the
we
time.
go
Every
over,
single
all the
weekend
time.
ever.
Every day.
I don't know how we end up at his house, but it just seems to happen.
It's because my mom's like the coolest.
His mom's super cool, so
Well, his mom, you and your mom, like, you and your mom were just like, yeah, come over, and we're like, are you sure?
And I was like,
Why?
All right, what's the next question?
Hi guys.
Hey.
So I saw the film Monday.
Sweet.
Nice shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Yeah, no sure.
I actually got it from the screening that I saw that, and you guys were great in it. And since you all saw the miniseries, and this is a 2-part movie, who would you dream cast as yourselves in the second part?
Jeremy would
Jeremy.
love to start.
like we're in school.
Chris Pratt. I got all buff and stuff.
Yeah, he gets all buff.
His character
Yeah.
gets
Gets all
buff, so
buff.
he's
Buff
like-
stuff.
Yeah.
Buff stuff.
So,
I think I'd go with Bill Hader. Yeah, that bus gets it. Bill Hader, I think, because he's really, really funny and lanky and super weird. Yeah, I love him.
Chosen?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Chadwick
because
Boseman.
we're going this way.
After he finishes Black Panther, come on, man. Come
Get
on,
on
Derry
that.
needs you.
Wyatt?
For me, I would say Joseph Gordon-Levitt. If he grew out his hair, I think we have some similarities. So
So I would pick Jessica.
Jessica.
Justine. I'm sorry. I knew her last name, forgot her first name. I kind of muttered
Chastain.
the rest. Yeah,
She
Jessica
didn't know our
Chastain.
names until, like, the
Because
second week,
she's
so.
amazing. I think she kind of looks like me, hopefully. And she also was on Mama, which was Andy Muschietti's other film, and either that or in Amy Adams, maybe. Yeah.
Next, I think we have time for one more question right here.
Hey, this is for everybody. When you did the scary scenes, did you know in advance that somebody was going to jump out, or did they keep you in the dark to get a more natural reaction?
They're all like scripted.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I just mean like
Not all.
They did a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Because even with Pennywise, we didn't see him for the first 2 months of shooting because they didn't want us to see. They wanted to be natural when we first met him. So Jack, who plays Eddie, had the pleasure to see him first, and it was pretty terrifying. So to see just crazy things happen on set and having these experiences, pretty traumatizing.
there was only one time that I got scared with like no warning, which was there's a scene where I won't give too much away, but Jane and I, who is Bill, we open up this door, and we see this girl hanging, and screaming and stuff.
Spoilers much.
Wow.
I won't reveal too much.
I won't reveal too much, but here's the scene. And
Here's the script.
but they gave us the sides and like we rehearsed it and that was the scene. And then they started rolling and they were like, "Where's Andy?" And we didn't think of anything. We were just like, and then the first AD told us like, oh, "Okay, he's back." And we were like, "Okay," so we didn't see him, and we started action, and we opened up the closet door and Andy was in there, and he was because it was pitch black in there, so we just jumped out and like. That shot in the movie where we closed the door is like that real shot where Andy's in there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know
Wow.
that.
So it kind of like, it was all scripted. Like we knew what was gonna happen. But for me, I always either don't listen or forget. So it's not that. I always forget things. So whenever the scene starts, I know what to do, but I never know what's happening. So everything that goes on is new for me because I have no idea what's going on for the whole thing. But there are some scenes. I'm not going to reveal too much, but it's the projector
Everyone
scene.
dies.
The projector scene. So we didn't know what was going to be on the projector. So we had no idea what was going to be on the projector or what's going to happen later. Wink, wink.
Technically, that was our first time seeing him.
Yeah, technically that was our
Not in
first
person,
time
but-
seeing him on.
Cardboard cutout.
They actually used him because they could have
No,
put
no.
anything on the projector depending on how they were filming you from what angle they were filming you, right?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but they used the actual photos of him.
They actually used, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
That first rehearsal, and they were just like, "Do you guys want to see the slides?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." And then they ran it, and then they did all the Pennywise stuff, and we're just like, "Can we see that again?" Like that was really cool. Yeah, we were really, really amazed at that.
Yeah, the movie is amazing, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you
It
so
is,
much.
Thank
Friday next week, September
Yeah.
8th, right?
Yeah.
Give it a hand for everybody, guys. Come on.
Thank you.